Well, morning. It's Monday morning, we're back at Northey and just watching some entertainment on the other bank. I just got down here and Daryl Peck turned up. I haven't seen since about a couple of months ago on Burfield. So we had a little catch up and he went and set up opposite, and the wind blew before he got his pegs out of his bag and his bivvy went straight in the lake. So he's now there with a spare rod trying to hook his bivvy out of the lake. Providing the morning's entertainment. Not that I'm going to be taking the out of him about this at all. Not much, always got it. Could be a little damp inside that bivvy for a while. There it comes. Oh, that's horrible, he's down to his pants. Hooray! Well, the entertainment's over for the morning. Daryl's fished his windblown bivvy back out the lake. Just down to finding and trying to catch a few fish now. This is what, me fourth trip up to Northey now. Had that fish 34 on my first trip. Couple of blanks and just rolled up this morning for my fourth trip. I've decided to try and keep away from using the boat this week if possible. It's a very good way of finding the fish, but you seem to spook them as soon as you get on top of them, which in reality just shows you where the fish were before you went out in the boat. So as tempting as it might be, I'm going to stick to the shore this week, hopefully. I've seen one fish top out since I've been here on the far bank. Not far, to be honest, from where Daryl went in, so keep an eye on that area. But I don't know, flick the rods out, I'll give it a few hours here and then go for a nice long slow walk round, climb a few trees, have a look, see what I can find. There's only the two of us on today. Plenty of scope for manoeuvre, and hopefully this week we go home with a fish or two. The crows are awake anyway, so am I. We'll take it off from the trees over there. Off down the field scavenging or whatever they do for the day. Very quiet in the night. One fish lumped out sort of yesterday, a couple of hours after dark I suppose, just on my left hand rod. I was quite expecting something to kick off in the night, but as yet nothing. Sort of half light for about 3/4 of an hour now and haven't seen anything yet. It's pretty slow up here at the moment. They were here yesterday, so no reason why it shouldn't be here today. Do my usual, I think, give it to about lunchtime or something, and if I ain't had anything by lunchtime I'll have a wander around and start thinking about the possibility of a move. Right, see how it goes. It was a good swim this. There's a couple of, one got caught out there at the weekend. Good fish, 38 I think it was. I definitely like it in here. It's one of the few sort of slightly deeper areas. Over the past few weeks I've seen a few just round to the left where I've got one rod just down here, just on the entrance to that back bay. Seems to be a favourite little spot of theirs. We'll see, there's plenty of time for a bite yet. Now you've got to admit that's a pretty impressive sky this morning. Looks a bit like 3 seconds after Hiroshima, doesn't it? Like somebody's just dumped a great big atomic bomb on top of Peterborough. I'm glad they haven't, mind. I reckon it's going to be a lovely day in an hour or two. A good backdrop for me holding a carp, I reckon that would. Right, I've just had a move, which won't come as a great surprise to anybody that watches these things regularly, because I've done a night and a day without a bite up that end. So I've shot right up the other end. I've climbed a couple of trees and see a couple of fish, and I come up here and put the first rod out. Been out there about 2 minutes, and it's wrapped off with this 34 pounder. So that was a good move. And just as I was playing it in, realised I hadn't set the net up, and luckily Darryl was walking past, Mr. Peck, who's now manning the camera, set up the net for me. Bit of bad angling really not having it set up, but I didn't expect anything quite that quick. There's it. He's now doing the honours with the vid. There's the other side, right pretty one as well. Pop him straight back because I want to get some rigs in the water. I haven't got much light left and I haven't got any rods in at all at the moment. At least I'm not going to blank this week. Days of happiness. Right. Well, I've managed to panic after that fish trying to get set up the other rods, with all the rods. I've managed to knock the bait bucket upside down. I've got boilies all over the swim. The tackle box unzipped, fell off the barrow, so I've got hooks, leads, beads, super glue, scissors, air stops, tape, every item of tackle you can possibly imagine, all in the grass. Got about 10 minutes till dark. I haven't even started setting up. All I could find for the other rods was weed everywhere. So I've been thrashing about for ages. Probably ruin what's left of the swim, but I don't mind because I've caught 34 pounders. I'm happy. Just a bit flustered. Didn't even know I had so many bits. There's a plastic corn everywhere. Chuck the whole bloody lot in there. Zip it up and sort it out tomorrow. Put more leaves and mud in my boilies than I've got boilies. But, of course, 34 pounder. So we're happy. I will be when I eventually get set up, sit down, and have a celebratory speckled hen, I think. I think I might even have that now and set up in the dark. That seems to be the top plan. Chill out, stop panicking, keep calm, drink beer. Cheers. That's better. Calm. Bivvy up. Well, it's another quiet old night, but to be honest, most of the nights on here seem quiet. Bites definitely seem to be in the daylight hours. I reckon now's a good time, to be honest. I heard a couple last night. I think I heard 3 in all, 2 round to my left and 1 boshed out round to the right. I jumped out of bed, run down there and see the rings. It was probably only a couple of rod lengths from my right hand bait. I was well confident about that. I was up and down for the first half of the night with the bloody mice. This lake seems to be overrun with them. I could hear them running about all over the place, in my barrow, in my bait. In the end I got my frying pan up there, got my bait bag hanging up there. The night before I actually heard one. I had the frying pan on top of the bivvy to keep it out of the way, and I actually heard one climbing up the side of the bivvy as I laid in bed. I waited till he got halfway up the canvas and then flicked the side of the bivvy, and about 2 seconds later I heard a crash in the bushes, so I reckon he went a fair way. But they're rife on here, the mice. I don't mind the mice, though. These are not rats. Don't like rats much. But no, it's looking good this morning. As I wander down the front here. Ooh. Where are we? Here we are. Screw that back a little bit. Dead flat calm. Closer. Yeah, I heard one, like I say, come out just out, sort of out here on the right. You see the rings and that in the night. And there's a couple crash down, sort of. They might have even been in the bay at the end, behind these reeds. It cuts through in sort of. You can just see those 2 channels. Where are we? There and there, and that goes through to another bay. They might have even been in that bay. But the coots went mad when they come out, all squawking and screaming. So there's still a few about. Bit of bacon for breakfast, Padwa, shall we? Seeing as how it's Wednesday, I've just opened the packet of bacon that I bought with me on Monday. I had a scrap to eat apart from dinners every night, because I've been busy looking for cars. They've got time to move now. Me and Padwa are going to eat all the bacon, aren't we? Yeah, a pack of bacon. I don't know what's happened with the fish feeding. I was sort of expecting another one by now, to be honest. It's so spooky on there though. I suppose because it's small and shallow. The slightest thing puts them off, but I mean, I haven't recast or anything this morning and I'd seen fish, you know, in the night after I'd had one. I know they were about. Brightening right up now though, it's nice along these margins, along these reeds when the sun gets on. Shallow water warms up quite quick, so there might still be a chance. I mean, that one I had yesterday in the afternoon, it's quite a odd time for a bite at the moment. Maybe this little plot gets better throughout the day. I don't know, that's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm consoling myself with now. I've just come up with an ingenious plan. Don't know why I didn't think of it before. Haven't used a GoPro for absolutely ages. Seeing it's all shallow and it's all close in. I've just wrapped it up to exactly the same wraps as my spots. You can check my spots. Float it out there, see what we get. Pretty easier than the boat. Well, as you can see from those little GoPro clips, my bait and everything was presented perfectly, and it was all still there from last night. So obviously catching that one was enough for them. They're gone. I just flicked all the rods out under the pads for the last hour while I pack up and head off home. At least I'm going home with a mid-30 under my belt this week, so I'm a happy boy. Would have been nice to get another one, but it's the nature of the beast here. I think at the moment they are so ultra spooky, and if you hook one it's likely to put the cat among the pigeons. Chance of getting a second one seem quite slim at the moment. But one at a time, slowly catch your monkey and all that. Who knows, next one might be a great big common. Right, I'm going to pack my gear away, and the dog are going to do one back to Suffolk, and we'll see you next week.